Hi, this is Melanie Dawn, and this is Dawn of Wisdom. Today is like a little bonus episode that I thought I would put out, and I hope it helps. I'm walking, of course, so if you hear the wind blowing, cars going by, people walking by, me stopping to love on a puppy, this is what this is all about. It's all about natural. This is what I love. This is where I get my enlightenment. This is where I get insight, and I love nature. So I had a question asked to me, and it was, how do you resolve that anger that you developed as a very young child? So I'm going to answer from my point of view. I'm certainly not a professional, but I am pretty damn good at this one. We have a trauma in our life as a child. We may have numerous traumas. As a child, we were unable to express anger. So what we do is we feel fear, uneasiness. We're scared. As we grow up into adults, it turns to anger. This is just my feelings. And because anger is how we're going to protect ourselves from that fear, from that hurt, from that scared little person that had that trauma done to them. So we become anger. I am the queen of how to protect myself from intimacy. I use anger. I have used methods. I became a great manipulator. Anything to avoid the pain that was there, the trauma of my little girl. So I feel deeply that we need to go back. I don't mean go back to the trauma itself. I tried that. I have hypnosis where I relive the whole thing. I actually have very vivid memory of what happened to me. And I don't need to go back to that. It was tried, it didn't work. It made me very sad, but I never dealt with the sadness. Never quite got it. But I did go back and start doing inner child work. I started being serious about learning where it all came from. Go ahead. Hi. I wanted to explore why this continued on and on and on in everything, in my relationships, in every one of my relationships. I have a shield around me. I had a shield around me. Since learning this, I have much more of a vulnerability. I have much more of a sensitivity. I have much more love, kindness. Very rarely do I take anything personal. I have learned that working on my inner child has helped dissolve the anger. But until I went back and started doing inner child work, did I understand. I always knew I was protective. I always knew I was shielding myself. And the sad thing was I was shielding myself from me. I needed to go back in and get to know my little girl. I need to build her trust. I need to soothe her. I need to comfort her. I need to hug her. I need to tell her I love her. She's a part of me. So when that question was asked, I had to ask myself, how do you get rid of anger? You practice inner child work. You go down to the pain. Not necessarily reliving it, but feel the fear, feel the trauma, and work with it. Start working with it. Start making it a daily practice to explore and ask why. It always comes from that inner child, that inner child that needed protection. So go back, protect her. Go back and be her friend. Go back and help her to trust you. And that anger that you feel will go away. Maybe not all. There's certain things that trigger the fuck out of me, and I will feel it, but I'm very aware of what I'm doing. No bullshit. I can reflect that it's me, that I'm irritated for some reason, and I can begin to explore it. So that's my little bonus for the day. Explore, don't ignore. I'm out of breath a little bit. It's a hot day today. Nurse Mellow, one word, 2 L's. On Instagram, I want to connect with you. I want to talk to you. If you have any questions, send them to me and I'll go over it. I'll go over it with my learned experience, which I'm going to tell you, I love therapists. I love coaches. I love anybody that wants to get out there and spread the word and help. And I had to shop around to find good ones. I know what I need, and everybody needs to learn what they need. When you get to a point that you desire to learn yourself, habits will change. You will begin to seek why. You will begin to ask, okay, I'm feeling a little irritated right now. I need to step outside, take a deep breath, go on a walk, and I need to ask why. I recently went through something, and I'm going to share it with you guys because this is an example. I met an old boyfriend in beautiful Lake Tahoe for 3 days, and the whole time I was there, I felt anxious, fearful. I felt feelings that I thought were gone. I was triggered. I was afraid. So I got out of there. I took off. And all the way home, I cried. I cried and I asked myself, what the fuck? I thought this shit was done. And then I learned, no, there's more to learn. So I'm learning along with everyone else how to get rid of anger. Explore it. It feels good to feel good. All right, you guys, have a great weekend.